What if the harder you tried to control a moment, the faster it fell apart? In Hotel Bluey, what starts as a simple game of pretend, one that starts with giggles, stumbles into chaos, and quietly reveals something many of us still struggle to learn. The story begins with Bluey enthusiastically setting up the hotel. She's in charge, cutting out room numbers, building a check-in desk from a laundry basket, and assigning roles. Bingo, her younger sister, is excited too. But right away, there's a small crack. Bingo wants to be the crazy pillow, but Bluey says no. "You're the crazy hotel helper," she insists. Already, we see the early tension. Bingo's creativity versus Bluey's need for order. And if we're honest, we recognize this instinct in ourselves too. Think about the times we plan every detail of a holiday, a work project, or even a simple dinner with friends, handing out roles without always asking what others really want. Sometimes our excitement to make things work quietly drowns out someone else's voice. Back in the game, Bluey's hotel is open for business, and at first, everything seems to go smoothly. Bingo struggles to drag the heavy suitcase, but she's trying her best, while Bluey proudly shows off the rooms, from the kids' bedroom to the parents' ensuite, even joking that there's a lady in the shower, chilly of course. Bandit plays along, checking into his room and tucking under the covers like the perfect hotel guest. Bluey beams, running the front desk with pride, assigning jobs and keeping the fantasy neatly on track. But under the surface, small cracks are already starting to show, and soon things begin to unravel. Bingo, full of her own wild ideas, keeps breaking the script. She bursts into the room blowing party horns, dragging a broom for room service, banging pots and pans, announcing night bacon at midnight. Each interruption grows a little more chaotic and a little harder for Bluey to control. And each time, Bluey scrambles to fix it, apologizing to Bandit, trying to steer things back to the perfect hotel experience she had imagined. But here's the thing. Bingo isn't just being disruptive for no reason. She's trying to put her own spin on the game, trying to bring her own creativity into the world they're building together. And Bluey, without realizing it, keeps shutting that down. She doesn't yell, she doesn't punish, she just redirects, corrects, pressures, all in the name of keeping the game fun, but only on her terms. This is the quiet, emotional pivot point of the episode. Beneath all the slapstick humor, there's a small, universal struggle unfolding. The tension between wanting things to go perfectly and leaving space for other people to shape the moment too. It's something that doesn't disappear with age. Whether it's planning a holiday, a project, or even a simple afternoon with friends, the harder we cling to our plans, the more we risk missing the real magic: connection. In Hotel Bluey, the pressure keeps building until it finally breaks. During a pretend TV news broadcast, Bluey physically waves Bingo around like a rag doll to simulate stormy weather. Bingo tries to resist, to say no, to push back, but Bluey is too locked into her own vision. Bingo has had enough. "Number, I'm not playing. You're bossing me around." And with that, she leaves. It's a small moment on the surface, just two sisters in a game. But emotionally, it's a powerful rupture. The fun drains out of the room, the hotel collapses, and Bluey stands there, hurt and bewildered, not fully understanding how everything fell apart. Here's where the real heart of Hotel Bluey comes through. Bluey didn't mean to hurt Bingo. She genuinely thought she was making the game better. But in clinging so tightly to her version of fun, she left no room for Bingo's creativity, her agency, her voice. How often do we find ourselves tightening our grip, trying to pull people back into our carefully laid plans, only to feel the moment slipping further away? The harder we try to force connection, the more fragile it becomes. But what Hotel Bluey shows us, so gently, is that this kind of control doesn't protect connection, it suffocates it. Real magic, the kind that makes relationships thrive, only happens when we allow other people to fully participate, when we let them bring their own dreams, ideas, and even their own chaos into the moment. And Bluey, whether she realizes it or not, takes that leap. She humbles herself, saying, "I'll do anything," and finally listens to what Bingo wants. Bluey doesn't just apologize, she changes. She agrees to let Bingo be the crazy pillow, the silly, wild, unpredictable role Bingo had asked for all along. And from there, the game doesn't just recover, it transforms. The neat, tidy hotel Bluey had tried so hard to preserve dissolves into joyous, messy chaos. Bandit snuggling into his wriggling pillow, Bluey giggling as the crazy blanket. All three of them tumbling, tickling, laughing until the room becomes a living, breathing celebration. The real victory isn't in creating a flawless hotel. It's in creating a world where everyone's voice matters, where love isn't a performance, but a shared creation. That's the adult lesson hidden inside Hotel Bluey. We don't build lasting happiness by scripting every moment. We build it by making space for others, even if it's messy, unexpected, and a little wild. The tighter we hold onto our perfect plans, the more we risk missing the beauty of what could have been. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that shared joy, shared creativity, and shared imperfection are worth more than anything we could have controlled alone. Just like Bluey learns, the best memories come not from leading, but from joining in. Bandit, meanwhile, offers a hidden layer of wisdom. He never tries to dominate the play. He goes along with Bluey's vision, but he also nudges her back toward healthier behavior. When Bluey is desperate to keep him playing, Bandit doesn't get angry. He simply says, "You better sort it out with Bingo. You have to let her make some decisions too." Bandit models patient guidance, reminding us that leadership, especially parental leadership, isn't about crushing kids' autonomy or controlling every moment. It's about gently encouraging fairness, flexibility, and empathy. And it's about knowing when to step back, letting kids, and sometimes adults, work through their own small, important struggles. Bandit's quiet wisdom reminds us of something bigger too, something that reaches far beyond one messy hotel game. Why does it matter? Because Hotel Bluey captures a universal experience, the push and pull between wanting to shape life and needing to release our grip. Bluey's initial control made the game structured, but stiff. When she let go, it became alive again. And that's a pattern we see over and over in families, in friendships, in work, in love. The more we control, the less space we leave for real connection. The more we invite others into the story, the richer and more joyful it becomes. Even if it's a little louder, a little messier, a little more unpredictable. Real love, real family isn't about getting it right. It's about getting through it together, even if it means 3 a.m. room service bacon. Maybe you felt that same pang Bluey felt, that fear that if you don't control every detail, everything will fall apart. Maybe you've wanted so badly for something to be perfect, a party, a holiday, a simple Sunday afternoon. And maybe, like Bluey, you learned the hard way that control can drive people away. The beauty of Hotel Bluey is that it shows how simple it is to heal. And you know what? All it took was listening. All it took was saying yes to someone else's dream too. When Bluey let go of the need to be in charge, she found something much better than a perfect hotel. She found laughter, love, and true connection. And maybe that's the real lesson for all of us. The best memories aren't the ones we script. They're the ones we create together, one crazy pillow at a time. If you'd like to keep exploring these small but beautiful lessons with us, Feel free to like and subscribe. We're so glad you're here.